Good evening, folks. We're going to call the August 11th Development Review Board meeting to order. Second on the agenda is, or first on the agenda is, all members are present. We do have John and Phil both on Zoom with us. Second on the agenda is any changes, Jared?
No changes.
Okay. And then third on the agenda, we're going to open a new public hearing. Go ahead, Jared.
This is application sub 25-004. The applicant is Rick Cross on behalf of the Garone Family Vermont Holdings. Property owner is the same, Garone Family Vermont Holdings. The application is to subdivide one 39.1 acre lot into two lots of 22.45 acres and 16.65 acres. This property is in the town residential district. Hearing date is today, August 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Public postings were at the town clerk's office, at town hall bulletin boards on July 18th, 2025, at the post office and the town website on July 23rd, 2025. Also in the newspaper of record, the Vermont Journal on July 23rd, 2025, and the abutting property owners were notified on July 18th, 2025.
Thanks, Jared. Reference the index page, pages 1 through 13 were received at the planning office, and those were given to the Development Review Board for review as part of this hearing. Is there any parties who wish to speak to this hearing? Okay, just one of you. Okay, so I do have to swear you in. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give relative to the matter now under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Excuse me, what's your name?
Sorry.
Thomas
Thomas?
Rosati. R-O-S-A-T-I. I'm at 1072 Bixby Road. I'm an abutter of the properties.
Okay.
Right, thank you.
Is there someone who's here to speak on behalf of the applicant? Oh, okay. So we got to swear. Did you have your hand up and I missed it to be sworn in?
Maybe.
Okay, well, we're going to swear you in again. So.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see you there.
No problem.
So do you solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give relative to the matter now under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury?
I do.
Okay. How about you come up, you unfortunately have to come up to the front mic, and if you can just state your name first before you speak and tell us about your project. Since we do have two members on Zoom, it's...
Hi, I'm Rick Cross of Cross Construction Company, and I'm here on behalf of Bobby and Lori Garone, and they want to subdivide a piece of their property.
You want to walk us through the subdivision and stuff?
I didn't bring all my details with me, but I brought the plans with me. I think
Yep.
everybody
Is,
submitted a set of plans.
Yeah. So we're at, tell us what drawing, are you on 25013-Sierra Uniform, drawing number, bottom right-hand corner?
Which one are you on? 25013 SU.
So the one we have is, in our docket is page 11, but the drawing number is 25013-Sierra Uniform.
No, SU.
SU.
SU, sorry. Yeah, Sierra,
Okay, SU.
Sierra Uniform. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're on that drawing.
Okay, go ahead, walk us through.
Well, I didn't bring all my information, but currently they have one piece of property, and they just like to subdivide it into two pieces of property.
So,
This is what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have a so that's the same you have. That's it.
I didn't bring the written description with me, but I think, yes. So they have 39.1 acres, and they want to divide it into two. One parcel at 22.5 and one parcel into 16.65.
Okay. How far is that, so looking at, there's an existing house.
There is.
On what will be, is being proposed as lot 1.
That's correct.
So what's, on the map I have, that's not depicted a distance.
I have that right here. Dave Rose of Rose Surveying here in Ludlow, Vermont, did the surveying. I asked him on July 31st when that question was asked, and he emailed back, and I submitted it into the town to Jared an email. The closest point of the existing house to the new lot line is 41 feet, and Dave Rhodes said the required side setback is, to the town is 15 feet.
Yep, no, basically everything gets put on the record.
I understand.
So can you tell me, is there a well currently existing that services that house?
The existing house?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so where's the well in relation to?
It's shown right there. There's a W next to the
Okay.
22 mark.
Okay, right next to the house?
That's correct, right next to the property line.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No. I think the house has been there for 20 years. So yes, there's an existing well and an existing septic system.
Is it? Where is it?
That's your.
Did you see it?
It's right. Yeah, sorry, it was really faint on,
Right.
on the copy that we
Oh,
had.
Right there, there's a
right.
W.
Okay, there it
Yeah.
is.
Bigger one that shows it a little close up.
Yep, there, yeah, I think that's on the next page.
Yeah.
And this is your, well shield? Like that?
No, they don't depict the well
Oh, okay.
shield on here.
Okay. And so we do have some other easements that go across the property. You just want to walk us through those?
Right now, there's no other easements. We're just submitting in for a subdivision permit.
So I see a 50-foot wide utility easement, another 50-foot wide utility easement that are previously existing there.
All the existing power lines that go
Okay.
through there, yes.
Okay,
That's Green Mountain Power.
okay.
And where's the existing septic, if you don't mind my asking? The leach field?
It's down by the barn.
Down by the barn, okay.
Okay.
All the utilities and the well and the septic for the existing house are on lot number 1.
We usually make sure when we do subdivisions that the well shields stay on the person's property. So like if lot 1 was to build, we want their well shield to be on their property.
Mhm.
Just so you don't encumber somebody else.
Right.
Even though there could be family.
Right.
It's just, it's kind of an odd thing, but that's why I think we're asking so many of those questions.
John, Phil, you guys got any questions?
No, I don't have any questions on this.
I see your mouth moving, Phil.
Can you hear me?
I got you now.
Okay, so just, I want to clean up this discussion a little bit. So we have here a 39.1 acre parcel of land, and correct me if I'm wrong at any point of my black here. And currently it has a house on it, a barn, and infrastructure, is that correct?
Yes.
And you're going to create a new lot, lot number 2, which would be 16.65 acres out of that 39.1 acre lot.
Correct. Yes.
How is the new lot going to be accessed?
We're looking at 2 options, and we're going through that process with the owner right now, and we'll have that information available when we submit in for our construction permit.
Well, we have to have that information before we can approve it. You have to be able to show the town. Are you going to come in, are you going to use the driveway that currently exists, or are you going to come?
They are currently, right now, that is the primary way that they would access their permit, or their new house. Yes. Off from their existing driveway.
So if we approve this in permanent, the existing driveway will be the access to lot 2? Is that correct?
That would be fine.
Okay. And again, just for clarification, the existing structures will meet the setbacks from the new property line between lot 1 and lot 2, is that correct?
They do meet them, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Phil? Or John, sorry.
No, no, sir.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if it just could be on record that the well shields will not encumber
Yeah.
either lot.
And we sworn another gentleman. Did you have something that you wish to add to?
Yes.
Yeah, you
I'm,
just might have to come up a little bit closer
Okay.
to the mic, sorry.
that's all right.
And just state your name first before you start to talk, since we got members on Zoom.
Yeah. Thomas Rosati. I'm at 1072 Bixby Road. I believe at the most southern part of this parcel, there were, like you said, there's two 50-foot right-of-ways. And I was under the assumption when we bought our property, the Realtor said that that was an access to get to my property also. But, right, our property butts that.
Probably
The-
identify where it abuts it.
It's different property. It's
Is it on the
property
right,
that
left,
abuts
lower?
it.
Sir, could you show us on our map where your property is to help us?
There's a bigger one if you want to use this one too.
Sure.
But if it help us on
So
our.
this is all of his, and this is Bixby Road right here.
Correct, so here's Bixby Road,
So you're here.
Where's Bixby Road?
and then there's that 50-foot right-of-way right
This
here.
is the 50-foot.
Probably show them, I'd like actually like a copy of that when you get a chance, but let's pass this around.
Yeah, I see
To have them
that.
look at it.
Are you talking about the 50-foot easement for Green Mountain Power?
No, see, I own this property that's right here,
Oh,
and this property. And we were told there's an easement here and one over here to get to my property here.
I'm not following. Where's your property?
where's?
So this is Barker and this is Bixby. This is
John
the
and Phil, can you
corner.
hear some of the conversation?
And we gotta come down
And
first.
so
you sworn
Bobby,
in?
Garon's
No, not yet.
own this lot.
And you can't
Correct.
talk yet.
Okay.
And they
Can
own
I
this
help?
lot.
Correct.
Just direct him?
No.
So
Can you
this,
tell me
this
Give us a
property line
second
that
here.
they
That's-
own,
Looks like
there's
that's what's
supposed to be a
highlighted.
50-foot right-of-way.
So you're saying like through here?
Yeah, something like that.
It's not shown on any of our documents when we had the surveying done from Dave Rose surveying.
So, okay, one thing at a time. So that looks like that goes along the border between Danny Moore's property and this parcel? Is that, I think,
Can you show that one?
let's look back at that for a second.
Yeah, that one's a rougher view of it, but higher view. And when we bought that property, they said that was a right-of-way right there to get to the property, and that one. I just highlighted it so you guys,
here it is,
because
right
that's
over
the
here.
question, that's all.
There's
Just
their
we don't know
property.
if- Do you have a different access to the property, or is that your primary access? This one that you're talking about, the right of way?
It abuts a property that I have right now, that's at 1072.
Yes, all I'm asking is, would you be landlocked if they didn't have it?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that property,
No, I'm not saying that, I'm just asking you if we, because we can't prevent you
Yeah,
from landlock somebody.
They are separate parcels, so yes.
it
those
is a,
parcels.
it is a
I
separate
can't write
separate
down what
parcel.
you said.
That's
Okay.
important.
Okay, so, and there was somebody who wanted to be sworn in.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so,
just to
okay,
help, just
one
to
second.
clarify.
So this is your property, which is here.
This doesn't matter, everyone's gotta be sworn in.
Right.
Yeah.
And what, so what's your name?
This
Sorry.
one,
Christine
and this-
Rosati.
both of
Okay.
these together.
Okay, so,
And
you
I-
solemnly swear that
and
the
I own
evidence you shall
29.
give relative to the matter now under
You own
consideration
which one?
shall be the whole truth and nothing but the
I'm trying to
truth
figure
under the
this
pains and penalties of perjury.
You have numbers on
Okay.
it? I own
Sounds
29.
good. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And then Bobby
So I'll
owns
just,
27 and 20.
so we live and our house is located at 1072. That does not directly connect to the property that's in question. We also own two separate pieces of parcels in the back. So if you take away the right of way, those two parcels would not have access
They'd be
direct,
landlocked.
correct.
Landlocked.
And we still,
George?
they are still separate.
Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
Can I jump in here for a second?
Yeah,
This is moot, because if there are deeded right-of-ways to
Yeah.
these parcels, they're in the deeds.
Yeah.
And the decision by the DRB is not gonna change that whatsoever.
But Phil, on
If
the,
these rights of ways actually exist legally, they're simply in your deed. And that's that, and they go over this way. So if land
So they
is
can't
subdivided
change.
into two
Yeah,
lots,
so-
that right-of-way crossing,
So that was only our concern, is that it would not change through
Yep.
this.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
so with the final plat, would that be shown?
Yeah, I'll put
Right,
my,
if
it's on the,
I'll
This is
put-
ridiculous.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Right,
I didn't know if you wanted it tonight, and I'd put my name and number on there. and-
Because if this,
Yeah, I mean,
if this
I
is,
can't have
if
real
this is in
conversations and
the,
take
No,
minutes.
if this is in the deed that there is an actual right-of-way through here, then that would be part of this, that would be documented in the subdivision.
Yes.
We just don't want to lose it.
Right. Yeah, so when you come in with your final plot, and Mylar, right, those are the things that we'll kind of have a little list to have on there. Though this board has,
If it's
yeah.
not in the deeds, it doesn't exist, no matter who said what.
yeah, so that's
And that's
the-
fine, but
yeah.
we are
So
under,
this board doesn't have the authority to
I just want to
override.
make sure, I'm gonna have Dave Adams, the surveyor.
Yep.
What's your, what is it? How you spell your name?
THOMAS,
O-M-A-S.
Rosati, ROSATI.
What's your phone number?
Well
0413
shields, potential
250.
right away.
5149.
things.
And I'm not against any.
No, I understand.
I'm-
And you
I
know
want-
Where
what
the
lot is
rest
it
of the
that
septic
you're
was?
saying you get to?
So,
So you say there's an easement,
yes,
this
It's actually-
2-lot, what?
it's 50 foot. It's actually almost,
Yeah.
that's the exact amount, 1,334 feet.
You don't mind if I take a picture
Oh,
of that?
go
What is
for
he
it.
looking at? This,
He's gonna make copies, so he can make you.
what?
Okay.
You know,
And your lot, what?
the cross
So I
conversation
own
is
this,
gonna,
I own this, this is 1072 Bixby
Okay.
right here.
Okay, unfortunately, due to we have to take minutes, we have to have one speaker at a time, so. Thank you.
Okay.
thank you.
No problem. Okay.
You have any other questions?
Any other board members have any questions?
No, I don't.
So things for your final plot that we have, if that right-of-way exists, would be good to have that on there. And well shield for the existing well.
And the septic location.
And the septic location.
Okay.
So you want final plot? Well shield of existing well?
Yep.
In the future, yeah.
Well, they don't have any proposed, yes, there's no proposed development and
An existing septic you want?
an existing septic. And if there is a right-of-way in the deed, have that depicted as well.
Okay.
Anything else that the board members think needs to be put on there?
What about the police report? It says something about a new home.
Well, he just says that he's not giving permission for a new home, just the subdivision itself, which is what we're doing tonight.
Yeah. So let's go to those.
Because we're not, like you said, we're just drawing
Yes,
lines.
yeah, we're drawing lines.
All right.
Look at that, Suzanne Garvey.
Anything else? Phil, John? Okay. Okay. I make a motion that we close this hearing.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion? No hands around. All those in favor? Aye. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
What is Suzanne Garvey here for? South Face? Suzanne, if you can hear me, which hearing are you here for? I don't think she heard me.
You're mute.
You're muted. Muted.
Next on our agenda, we're going to open a new public hearing for South Face
Sorry to
Village.
interrupt, I'm here from South Face.
For South Face Village at Okemo Development Company LLC. Go ahead, Jared.
This is application number 334-11-CU, amendment number 6, 334-11-PUD, amendment number 6, and 334-11-Act 250, amendment number 6. Applicant is South Face Village at Okemo Development Company LLC. Property owner is the same. The application is to relocate the building location for a future residential duplex to across the road from its previously approved location. This project is located in the Mountain Recreation District. Hearing date is today, August 11th, 2025, 6 p.m. Public postings were at the Town Clerk's Office, Town Hall Bulletin Board, Post Office, and Town website on July 23rd, 2025, and newspaper of record, the Vermont Journal, on July 23rd, 2025, and the abutting property owners were notified on July 21st, 2025.
Thanks, Jared. We have long index, so pages 1 through 279 that were received to the Planning and Zoning Office and provided to this board for review as part of this hearing. Just as a note, the index does have some referenced blank pages due to having multiple hearings sharing the same documentation. And the correlation that we do is by hand, so it is, they selected a range that could be used for multiple hearings, just as a legal matter. So, who's here to speak to this hearing? I'll swear you both in.
I'm sorry, Suzanne.
And we got Suzanne too.
I think she's being sworn in, I can't tell.
Do you want to be sworn in, Suzanne?
No, thank you.
Okay. Do you to the gentlemen who do want to be sworn in, do you solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give relative to the matter now under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, under pains and penalties of perjury? I do.
I do.
Okay. How about you guys tell us about your project?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commission members. Thank you very much for putting me on the agenda. Phil and John as well. I have 2 items on. I appreciate your scheduling them for me. One I hope you'll find is simple, and the other is almost as simple. So, for the record, my name is Andrew Becker. I'm one of the principals of South Face Village. I'm technically a manager, and with me is Mr. Randall Walter, who's an architect and a project manager. I'm going to do most of the presentation, but if there are technical questions, Mr. Walter is here and we'd be able to help you with those. So the first application is to move D14. Originally, this building called D14, which is what we call a mountain chalet, it's a 2-family unit, was approved for the west side of what's called Aurora Ridge Road. It's an internal road in the project. And then there were 3 buildings on that side, D12, D13, and D14. When we started laying them out, D12 was too close as we planned it to the ski lift. And the Tramway Commission said you'd have to slide that over a little bit. We have a minimum distance it has to be, so we slide it over. And when we slid that over, we had to slide over D13, the one next to it. And at the end of the day, there was no room for D14. So we got to do it and fine-tuned it. We weren't able to do it. So the request is to amend all the approvals, the Act 250, the DR, I think there are 3 sets of approvals. Oh, by the way, I apologize for your having 279 pages to look at. I didn't realize you would be not inundated, but my apologies. But the approval is to take that building, which is on the west side of this Aurora Ridge Lane, and move it directly across that internal road to the east side of Aurora Ridge Lane, which would have 2 units on that lower side and 2 on the upper side. It's exactly the same. It's the same building, it's the same size, it's the same number of units, it's the same number of bedrooms, it's the exact same appearance, it's the same utilities. It's just it doesn't fit there, and it would fit over on the east side of Aurora Ridge Lane. The building will look the same as the others that are there already. If the commission sees fit to grant this, we would, that site hasn't been cleared, we would clear the site and we would start construction this fall if the DRB approves it, and hopefully we'd have the unit built throughout the winter and ready for the next year's ski season. The road is at final grade in front of it. There's water, there's sewer, there's storm drainage, there's power there. There's nothing else has to be. We thought originally that Rose had the authority administratively to approve this, and there was an application in there for that, but at the end of the day it wasn't done, and we're happy to appear before the whole commission and explain the project and ask your approval for it. But at the same time, we were told that the Act 250 Commission had the authority to administratively approve it as well. So we applied to them at the same time, and they did approve it. So their approval to move it from one side to the other is in the package that you should have received. In addition, all the ability to serve letters have been received. The fire department, the police department, the ambulance service, and Green Mountain Power. But that's no surprise. It's the same building on one side of the road, same building on the other side of the road. So I didn't expect any change in their ability to serve the property with utilities. There are no abutters. We're not. This is in the center of the property. There's no abutter nearby, and to my knowledge, there's been no objections. It's all internal to the property. So that's the basic presentation. I don't know if you have mapping of it. Would you like? Do you have mapping easily you can look at?
I think we've got,
279 pages.
I know we've got some,
Most of that is the actual.
Elevations.
140.
134.
This may be an easy way to look at it. I don't know if the commission would like to see this.
It's in there.
That's true,
But if you have a
134?
plan that looks like that, as you get into it,
I have that one too.
Yep, we've got that one.
Okay, that's on page
that's an easy
30.
one. It shows
30.
D14 on the west side of the road. Yes, exactly. That's what it shows.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done
And
that.
then it shows an arrow moving it over directly across the
I see
street.
it.
Which one is that one, Julie?
These.
30,
34?
just 30, and so I had the
yeah.
wrong number.
So 30 shows the after move, 29 shows
Before move.
before move location.
Yep. So I'd be delighted to answer any questions commission members have. Gentlemen, anybody has any questions on what this application consists of? This is the one that I said was simple. The other one was a little bit more complicated, but not so much.
It's all good. John, Phil, you guys got questions?
The only question I have is that you said there was a commission that requires you to move this. So can you just repeat who that was exactly?
It's called the Passenger Tramway Division of the Vermont Department of Labor. And they're the ones that regulate ski lifts in the state of Vermont. And they have a minimum footage that any building can be, which is built adjacent to the ski lift. And there's a ski lift immediately to the north of this building, of the D12 building. And it was too close to it, and we had to slide it over in order to meet that requirement.
Now, the land you're moving.
I'm sorry, John, did you ask who gave permission?
I want to know the organization that required
Oh, okay.
The land that you're moving into, is that the density land, or will the other land become density?
I'm sorry, ask me again?
Is any of that land density for the project?
No, doesn't change the density at all. It was a 2-unit building before. It's
Same
exactly a
thing, so
2-unit.
I just wonder if that area was.
Yeah.
Are you referring to like the trees and stuff?
Like, yeah, if that was.
Yeah, so it currently sits as green space.
Okay.
Yeah, so is,
this will become
so I
green
think,
space.
that's more your question, right?
Yeah.
And what we would intend to do is take that site where D14 was originally to be built and plant some trees on that and let that revert to forest again.
Okay.
We have no plans to request permission to put anything else there.
Okay. Phil, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I'll wait till the end of the next hearing.
Okay. Let's just run through our, yeah, so just, I assume you saw the letters
Yes.
and their conditions, which is pretty boilerplate.
The 940 and
Yes, I received those and I sent those to Fran, so I'm familiar.
You're familiar with those?
Yeah,
You're
and
okay with those?
are the normal provisions that we would use
Okay.
in building those structures.
Yeah. So being that you've kind of applied for the whole gamut, right? You filled out the town's Act 250 review.
All three
Yeah,
of
right?
those,
So
please.
ask some questions for the sake of that. So we'll kind of go through the criteria pages. So starting on page 22 of our packet, which is page number 1 for the Act 250 criteria, currently lists all zeros under estimated added costs.
I mean, it was approved and it
Yeah,
had
correct.
sewer allocations
Yeah, so,
in the past. That's why I did that,
So,
I'm sorry.
yeah, no, so if we don't go over it in the hearing, it makes it difficult later to write the decision. And so our town council has said that basically we have to touch on all the topics so that he has something to write off of. So under criteria 1, capacity of existing and planned community facilities, you have a zeros for all categories. With you being responsible for snow. You have private water supply. We've got the low flush toilets. Already got all your approvals. You use the Ludlow sewer system. You have the allocations. You use Able Waste for your solid waste. You have all your letters in. No additional students for the educational services. Did receive the Green Mountain Power letter. Any of the exterior lighting going to change other than what was?
None at all.
Okay.
It'll be exactly the same.
Okay. Do you have dedicated wildlife habitat? No changes to air quality or water quality. No streams. No shorelines. This won't change the traffic, guys. Okay. And we're in the Mountain Rec District. Forms and your mountain floodways. Okay. That covers the local action review. Any members have any other questions?
None from me.
Mr. Chair, I wasn't sworn in, but I have a comment.
Yep, so give me 1 sec to get back to my sheet and I'll swear you in. 1 second. I got a lot of pages.
I know what it is. I'm there all night.
Okay. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give relative to the matter now under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury? I do. Okay. What's your comment, sir?
Just pick up on it. Eric Alden, 131 Trailside Road. It's more just a concern I'd like to have on record. We've been on Trailside Road since before this project started. I don't have an issue, with the project in general. I think it looks great. But as the buildings have been coming on, we have 2 issues that we've noticed. The first one is our well water. Never had an issue. Overflowed, artesian, too much water coming out. Over the years, as buildings have been added, now we're at a period where our well runs dry after 20 minutes. So I'm concerned with each building that goes up, and now with some additional clear cutting that might be happening with this move, that could further affect the folks downstream. I'm 3 houses down from the project, 131 Trailside. And the other thing that's been fairly noticeable on our property is we always had bears. Always bears coming across. We get cameras. Hundreds of bears a season come by. We haven't seen any bears in 5 years. So it's just, just something I want to put on record that we've seen changes happen on that street that we can only attribute to this development. Thank you.
Appreciate your comments. Thank you. Anything else from the board members?
May I respond to this?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm not the technical expert, but the public water system, the private water system that we have is 3 deep wells way up at the top of the project near the state forest line. And those 3 wells went in 2012 or 14, and no other wells have been drilled or added to the project. There's a 250,000 gallon tank.
200,000 gallon tank.
200,000 gallon concrete tank right up there near the South Face ski lift, which fills from those wells, and then the water that feeds the project comes from the tank. So the wells only go on very occasionally. I can't answer your problem with your well, but I can tell you what's happening with our system. It's not that every building we build will drill a few more wells, and we're drawing. The bears, I don't know what to do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
There is, I guess I'll add, there is a, part of this project included a bear habitat zone at the top. And so that area, if we do see bears in that area, evidence of bears, sadly, we see plenty of bears trying to attack the able dumpsters, usually to no impact. But Andy's correct, the wells are unchanged building by building, and the wells have not been modified in any way since they were drilled.
Fair enough, just wanted to
That's
voice
just,
your
I mean,
concern
it's,
that
again, it's
something
not an
has
answer,
changed.
but
Yeah, no,
it's not an
thank
answer,
you.
but.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
You said you had a comment?
Yes, I would just like to touch upon a couple of items regarding the local zoning permits and procedures. Recently, the Vermont League of Cities and Towns has advised the zoning department to collect fees for a DRB hearing ahead of any building permit fees. In the event that the project is denied, we will have not already collected fees that would then have to be returned. So, we've done that for these hearings. But by the same token, it wouldn't have gone to the DRB unless all your previous invoices have been paid. So I felt this was an issue that we should talk about before moving forward. We would like to clear up any past invoices that may be due.
I'll commit to do that. Yeah, I had spoken to Mr. McNamara about several of those invoices, and I know he was going to contact the zoning office, but I think there are two outstanding. And then if the DRB does approve this D14 move,
Then
I
we can
owe you
move
a fee
forward.
for the building permit for that, Mr. Chairman.
So I just wanted to clear that up.
Any
But if
other?
you disapprove me, I have no intention of paying anything.
That's the whole idea.
I mean, let's get that right out now. You guys know me. I mean,
Any other questions? Bill, John?
No.
Do you make a motion to close
Yep.
the hearing? I'll make the motion to close this hearing.
Oh, second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Okay, that's one. Okay, oops. Okay, where's this?
Next, we're going to open a new public hearing for South Base Village at Okemo Development Company LLC. Go ahead, Jared.
This is application number 334-11-CU, amendment number 7, 334-11-PUD, amendment number 7, and 334-11-Act 250, amendment number 7. Applicant is South Base Village at Okemo Development Company LLC. Property owner is the same. The application is to convert plans for building C6 into 3 residential duplexes. This project is in the Mountain Recreation District. Hearing date is today, August 11, 2025, 6 p.m. Public postings are at the town clerk's office, town hall bulletin boards, post office, the town website on July 23rd, 2025, and the newspaper Record, the Vermont Journal, on July 23rd, 2025. And the abutting property owners were notified on July 31st, 2025.
Thanks, Jordan. So referencing the index from pages 1 to 279, these documents were given to the Planning and Zoning Department and then provided to this board for review. As part of this hearing, you will notice that there is some blank numbers in the index. Those have to do with correlating the same documents for a previous hearing so that due to our correlation process, which is by hand stamp, that those numbers would match both hearing sets. We have some people here to speak about this project tonight. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give relative to the matter now under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury? I do.
I do.
Okay. Tell us about your project.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, my name is Andrew Becker, I'm a principal of South Face Village. My formal title is manager, and with me is Mr. Randall Walter, who's the architect and project manager. I forgot to say before, but every other time I've appeared before this commission, I've been behind the skirts of Larry Slayson, Attorney Slayson. Well, I called him and I talked to him. He says, I'm old enough to come on my own this time. And he has his grandchildren with him tonight. So he's not coming to the Ludlow DRB here. So you should know that for the record. There are three types of buildings approved at this property. There are single-family houses, those are not in question. There are D-labeled buildings, which are duplexes, and we discussed a D14, which was a duplex building before. And this is a C-labeled building, which is a condominium building. There were 9 of condominium buildings built, approved for the project. We're dealing with one C6, which is right next to the location where we would like to move the D14 building. And I don't know what plans you have. But this might be a really simple way to locate it. The pink is the outline of the approved 6 building. And the outlines of it. So what I'm applying to do is C6 was approved as a 14-unit building by this commission and by the Act 250 Commission. What I'm applying and asking this commission for permission to do is to convert that building from a single 14-unit building to a 3 of those D buildings, those Mountain Chalet 2-unit buildings. So it's an application of lesses. It's a change, but it's a less change. So originally it was approved for 14 units. I'm asking the commission for permission to put the 3 buildings there, which would total 6 units. So it's down 8 units. There are less bedrooms. In the original application, there were to have been 34 bedrooms. There will only be 30 bedrooms among the 3 Mountain Chalet buildings. There's less ground cover. The original building would have been over 11,000 square feet of ground cover, that long pink building. And the total of the 3 Mountain Chalet buildings would be about 9,000 square feet. There's less traffic, there are less units, there are less owners, there are less cars, there would be less storage and less water uses. And from our standpoint, there's going to be less visual impact. In this property, we envisioned a village down by the Suncatcher Lodge, and around that village we built C2, which was Sugar Maple 14 units, and C3 Tamarack 14 units, and the Suncatcher Lodge 6 units, and a building called Blue Spruce with 12 units, and we're going to build a building called White Birch C5. That encompassed a little village which was around the Suncatcher Lodge. As you came around that sharp corner, we now think it would be more attractive visually and a better use of the property to make from that sharp turn up a village of only these Mountain Chalet buildings. So the only thing that would interrupt it is the C6, which was approved now. And what we're asking is to change that C6 from a 14-unit building to 3 buildings. Now, when Mr. Tucker was up today, I think Randall was able to show him the location of the original approval and the location of the 3 new buildings. And this little map I passed out does it pretty well.
It coincides with the correlated page 24.
Yeah, okay,
in our
good.
book.
The other thing is that as you go higher, the project is more visible from elsewhere, from the town, from the mountain across the way. And by eliminating that 180-foot long 14-unit townhouse building and substituting these 3 Mountain Chalet buildings, we're minimizing any visual impact. And as we go further up the mountain, it's more of those smaller buildings. So it works better from a visual impact standpoint as well as from an owner standpoint. The other thing is that village around the Suncatcher Lodge, those are condominium units. They don't have room for an exercise facility in it. They don't have room, for example, for a hot tub. So those people can naturally walk to the Suncatcher Lodge and use the South Face facilities, the owner's facilities there. Once we get into these mountain chalet buildings, there are rooms where you can set up a little exercise room with a walker and all the exercise equipment, and the Suncatcher, the mountain chalet buildings have a hot tub directly behind it for each unit. So those people, I think, will be more insular in their own houses. They may come down and use the pool, and obviously they have the right to do so. Again, with this property, the notice was posted on the bulletin board, and Jared has a copy of the photograph of that. And the ability to serve letters were received also from the fire department, the ambulance service, Green Mountain Power, and the police department. And again, it didn't surprise me because it's a lessening of use. You know, if I was going to increase the number of units, I thought somebody might question their ability to serve, but this is a substantial decrease. Again, this is all internal. There are no abutters to this property other than our own internal ownership, and I don't know of any objections to it as well. So that's the essence of the presentation. I'd be delighted to answer any questions that the commission members may have.
We'll open it up to board members. Who's got questions? I know Phil said he was saving them up, so.
Can you hear me? Am I on?
Yep, we got you loud and clear, Phil.
In the bigger picture with these changes in projects, I want to ask Andrew, are you familiar with the Stowe Highlands analysis?
I am. Through Attorney Slayson, I am, Mr. Carter.
Okay, good. Are you aware that that's something that Ludlow has adopted?
I think I was aware of that, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So you've been in front of the board here with numerous amendments to the original project, is that correct?
I have over the years, yeah.
Is this it?
No.
No, I mean, are you done?
No, and I'm going to give you an honest answer. This project was designed sometime between 2005 and 2010. We didn't totally understand the mountain, and as we started building things, it became evident to us that things would change. We have no intention of ever changing the numbers. 208 units were approved. We would never ask for a single unit more than that. But we think there are changes to the project which would make it a better project for the town and a better project for owners, and we're working on that. However, we've been nickel and diming you. We've come in with a couple here and a couple there. We have been speaking with Attorney Slayson about a larger set of changes which would encompass everything that we have in mind to ever do on the property, and to bring that into you sometime in late '26. So you asked me a question, I'm going to give you an honest answer.
I appreciate it. And you mentioned in both hearings that you have had no objections. What happens then when you do get an objection?
Well,
now, people are buying into a project. I mean, some of these units are already sold, they're built, I imagine they're occupied. Maybe they have a few, maybe they like where they are, they like it the way it is. I mean, that's what triggered the Stowe Highlands analysis, was all of a sudden, the owners did object to what was going on. It wasn't the original project, it wasn't what they bought, it wasn't what they thought they were getting. Do you think, why do you think you're not starting to cross that line?
If you looked at Aurora Ridge Road as approved, I would have a 180-foot long, massive condominium townhouse building with 14 units in it as approved. What I'm proposing is to take and substitute 3 smaller buildings. Think a large single-family house is what these things mass as, which would eliminate any blockage of view that the much larger building would have. It's a positive, but I can tell you at this point, while I have contracts for some of the other mountain chalets, we haven't had any closings yet. They're all getting completed. I expect closings later this month. But it's a positive change for them. If I were going the other way, from mountain chalets to a condo building to add units, I could anticipate objections, view objections and traffic.
The changes are subjective. You know, what's positive to you might be negative to somebody else. All we're saying is that the town has enacted and adopted snow islands analysis. You're aware of it. I would suggest that you might have a good discussion with Larry about this.
Phil,
Because
can I
at some
offer-
point, your project needs to be finished. You can't keep coming back in forever, indefinitely. It's just not how this works. I mean, at a certain point, your project's approved, you have the permits, it is approved, that's what you're building. And I just want to throw that out there for discussion. I'm not saying it weighs heavily on my mind or anything, but when you haven't thought of this, and, you know, you just might want to talk, going forward, you might want to have a nice discussion with Larry about this, because I know he'll be well versed in how to approach this issue. And that's all I wanted to bring up.
It's extremely valid, and so I just wanted to offer two other additional points of information that may not be apparent. Currently, all the work that we do is above the work we've completed. So the impact of this small change, for instance, is only less traffic to those below. And you're correct, maybe there's someone who's disappointed that the big looming building didn't happen, but I kind of doubt it. So we're trying to, this year, make this last change before we take a more holistic look at some of the outlying parcels, the north and south extensions. This is the center village. So I guess I want to clarify that in the center village, this is the last change to that center piece. There's really three chunks to this project. Center village, all the way up through these duplex buildings, and then there's a north track coming off of Trailside Road, and there's a southern track heading out the bottom of the development. Those are the areas that, and it's also, I guess the other thing I wanted to add is that in '27, the original permit for this project expires. And so we need to actually come back in regardless in '26 to re-up on the work that is yet to be completed. Even if it stays the same, we have to go through this process. And so we have been in conversation with Larry, and he's actually quite positive relative to the kinds of changes we're making. From his experience, he's brought up the notion of this past case to make sure that we're aware of it. So just want to add those things that, you know, as we've moved upwards, we're not changing anyone's view shed who's already there. The work is always above the past work, if that is useful.
Thank you.
Other questions from board members? Okay, let's run through some letters if there's no questions.
I wanted to add one more thing.
Oh, sure, go ahead. You've got more stuff to tell us.
Number one, if the DRB approves this, I will be going to the Act 250 Commission for their approval. And I suspect it won't be administrative, but I need that approval to make this change also. And that being the case, this is not a project which would start this year. If I get the DRB approval and the Act 250 approval, it's a spring project.
So I did see your local Act 250 review.
Yep.
We'll go through that in a second. So sounds good. Appreciate the heads up. Yeah, sure.
Andrew, are there any other condos being developed above the level of duplexes that you're starting to build right now?
Yes.
Is there a C7, a C8?
No, they're all Ds. They're all duplexes. I'm going to just lay this out.
Sure, go ahead.
So where we are now, this is the bottom of the project. This is the lodge. This is built, this is built, this is built, this is built. This is D14, which I'd like to move across the road. This is C6, which I want to put 3 of those there. And then everything from then on are these duplex buildings. There are no more of these large townhouse buildings going up the hill. And that's why I spoke about village impact. These mass as a large single-family house. These mass as a, as a freight train. I mean, they're a big building.
There are condos that are lower than...
Yes, and these are all below that.
Yep.
This is that sharp curve, Mr. Tucker, if you remember when you
Yep.
came up, and this is the site where the 3 of them put in. So I don't know if that helps. Maybe they weren't able to see that. I'm sorry.
We do have your letters and their conditions. Are you familiar with those? And
Yes,
okay
I
with
am,
those?
sir.
Okay. One thing before we move to the Act 250 that I thought was something of merit to discuss, particularly being that we're kind of taking a large open area and shrinking it down, was what your plan was for vegetation, because kind of right now it's all blasted rock. So kind of what's your plan for, because I believe all the other members went up on their own. I did go to the site visit earlier, but basically where the yellow building is depicted on page 24 is basically a flat blasted rock area. And so under your request, what's your plan for vegetation, trees?
So there's a plan that is under development now. We've seen the first version of it from our landscape architect, who is basically in the entire neighborhood of Mountain Chalets. We want to have pockets of trees. We've saved trees everywhere we can. The owners like them. They present privacy buffers more in the summer than in the winter because they're almost 100% deciduous trees. But we will continue to be planting trees everywhere in between these buildings as possible. And so that area does need to be revegetated. And that would be something we'd want to do regardless of your findings, just out of our own. Trying to think of, we didn't talk about it when we were on site, but there's a building down below where we've done some replanting, and we've only gotten into that in the last couple of years, but it is a part of the neighborhood for sure.
Well, because, I mean, this kind of piggybacks with, taking away the big building, making smaller buildings, right?
Yep.
Is that, from my perspective, is like, okay, that's great, but it's just going to be open, blasted rock, and that's why I brought up the question.
The only open areas that we really embrace are the ski slopes, which are significant. So we already have a sense of openness. In the summertime, those become grass areas for kids to play. That's adequate. So the rest of it, we'd rather have more of a natural setting.
Other questions from the board at this time? Okay.
With the lighting, you always do the night sky lighting.
We do dark sky initiative on all buildings, all LED, 100% downlit. We even responded to, there was a private home, and I'll remember this because it's a really interesting sort of outcome of this work. There was a private home that was below South Face Village that even though we had the full cutoff, we were in fact shining light downward and affecting them. And we now have taken all those fixtures and rotated them 180 degrees so that all of the downward light shines towards us and does not affect them. So even though dark skies is fantastic, it actually has holes, or loopholes, and so we're pretty sensitive to that stuff.
Let's just quickly run through our local Act 250 review. Starting on page 19, criteria 1, you've listed 0 estimated additional cost to the town. And then you have private water, you have state water, state approved private water system. So you've got your water supply and wastewater permits, you're on Ludlow Municipal Sewer, you have your allocations, you have received all your letters and are aware of their conditions. Not adding any more children. Anything else? Most of these are anything. So, air quality is unchanged, water quality is unchanged. No stream impact, no shorelines. Based off your testimony, this is going to provide less traffic.
Yes, sir.
We're in the Mountain Rec District. Anything else that you feel like you want to add for this project?
Just trying to make sure the board who visited without the benefit of us being there Does everyone understand where we're talking about? Was that relatively clear? Did anyone find the orange marks for the layout of the buildings? I see nodding. Good. Just wanted to make sure it's, as Chair Tucker pointed out, it's a bit of a moonscape up there, a construction zone, so just wanted to make sure we were confident of where we were.
Now, I echo Randall's comments. It looks like a private airport now, a short airport. When 3 buildings get in there, the buildings will be landscaped, they'll be at different heights, and there'll be green space between them.
Any other board member questions?
None for me.
Okay. Make a motion that we close this hearing.
I'll second.
Okay. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Sorry about 279 pages.
It's all good.
You have to blame Jared for that.
Enough of them.
Thank you.
We'll come see you. Thanks.
Good evening, thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Next on the agenda is the minutes.
If I can find them again.
Page 2? You have anything before page 2, Phil? Page 2?
Go ahead.
On page 2, number 4, just 1, 2, 3, like 5 lines down. Also move, it just be moved. Just a typo.
Where is that?
I'll show you.
Also moved, the new
That's all.
canopy.
Yeah. It's not like they didn't move it, and they did move it, that's all. For that page.
I have in the same hearing, a couple pages up ahead on number 41. This is Tom Farley said the employees, period. They will have a window and cameras, period. That happens. What's that?
Oh, so that was talking about if someone needed to back up. Wasn't
The
it?
employees were watching.
Okay, and then that like that happens? Was he saying that happens and they're used to doing this?
No, he said he would if they got
If
stuck
that
on.
happens, you're right, it wasn't.
If that happens.
If that happens.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, that should be.
So he was giving testimony that if somebody gets stuck out there, backing up with a truck and a trailer, that the employees were going to,
Go outside
Leave the
and
store.
help him.
Yeah, leave the store and help.
run
Yeah.
outside and help them.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah, okay.
On number 47, do you have anything before then? It just should be electric instead of eclectic.
40, what number was that?
47.
47.
It's supposed to be electric meter.
Eclectic's more fun.
It is.
I wanted eclectic. On 52, I just wanted a clarification. George Tucker asked about expected expenses, I'm assuming, right? 52?
Yeah, the expected, I think that was in reference to the maintenance.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a
Yeah.
weird sentence. Asked
Yeah.
about. Maybe just put the word about in there.
Yeah.
I know you did ask about
Yeah.
it. You have a lot more.
You have a lot more?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Phil, do you have a lot more?
I didn't have anything else, actually.
I didn't have anything until,
Sorry.
what is that? No, that was the only one. I wanted to something to stretch it, but I figured that out on. I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from June 9, 2025. That's corrected.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm
Opposed? Okay.
sure it's oversight, but for the people that I know, you normally have pages on me.
Yeah, they'll be back again.
Yeah, you're so good at that.
I got a new computer.
Okay.
For your knowledge, I was running Windows 7. Now I'm at Windows 11.
Okay. Under other business, we've got the bi-weekly letters from the mill as condition of the MOU. And the last one was received August 6th. Does anyone have any questions in regards to that? Well, we got Eric. One question I have might be a simple answer. Maybe it's an answer you don't know.
He doesn't have the latest.
Oh, he doesn't have the latest version. Okay, sorry. So last time we saw you guys, you came in, we had a great big talk, and you said you were at some point going to come to the DRB. We'll get all of these outstanding hearings closed, and in a lot of those updates, your target goal was August. Obviously, not on the official docket for those. I just didn't know if you had made progress or what that was.
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress. I don't need to tell you how long this stuff takes with all the different,
Yeah.
the 20 different agencies that are all involved in this progress. We're getting very close.
Okay.
So we should be able to.
Okay. No, I just
Yeah.
not trying to lose sight of. You guys seem really like you had a good handle on what was going on, and
We meet
yeah.
once, if not twice a week, with the board,
Perfect.
with
Okay.
Stevens and Associates, with all the engineers. It's a full-time job. We're getting there.
Okay. No, I just for our planning purposes, it helps. You know, if you're like, hey, we've got 4 outstanding hearings,
No, we're
right?
close.
You know,
We're
so
close.
I know it definitely helps if we can kind of for our planning purposes to know that how close you are. So, but thank you. Any questions about their update?
None
Okay.
for me.
Okay. With nothing else on the dock, can I make a motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Thank you very much, folks.